Willie D Live.
What's up, family? Something big just happened in the US. But before I get into that, I want to play this video for y'all. And believe you me, I think that you're going to appreciate what I have to say after this video ends.
Thanks for joining us a little later tonight. I'm Scott Schneider.
I'm Dawn Haswick. Those agents detained 4 U.S. citizens at that cemetery, and now they are telling their story.
Our Joni Lum has more on the reason why agents targeted them.
The mayor of Forest Park says there's a surge of ICE activity in the village. He wants the public to know that ICE detained and assaulted American citizens in their community.
Get on the ground now!
The Forest Park mayor provided this cell phone video showing federal agents demanding to be let into Concordia Cemetery and the vapor of chemicals deployed on 4 cemetery workers. One of the workers told me they heard a man in distress in the Des Plaines River October 7th. When they looked into it, federal agents demanded access to the locked cemetery. The agents were told it is private property. The agents cut the lock on the gate and, according to the workers, deployed pepper spray, body slammed, and cuffed them for 5 hours. One of the workers today read a statement.
What happened to me and my co-workers was alarming. It reminded me how important it is that we all uphold the Constitution.
And it's an indication of poor training or just bad intentions on the part of ICE.
The Department of Homeland Security said in a statement agents were trying to rescue 2 men from the river. DHS Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin's statement reads, despite the agitation and lack of help from local government, ICE successfully arrested both illegal aliens, including Martin Martinez Guerca, a criminal illegal alien from Mexico, previously convicted of assault in 2004, and Jaime Arturo Martinez Rojas, a criminal illegal alien from Mexico with previous arrests for drug possession and driving under the influence. The 4 U.S. citizens who obstructed law enforcement from the rescue operation were arrested. The 4 workers are still unsure of the allegations.
These are private men who work in a cemetery, who suffered a very traumatic incident, right? Detained for hours at a time, maced, dehumanized, taunted. And here they are back in our community, and we want to make sure that they feel protected.
The injured worker was treated and released from a local hospital. The other 3 workers were released from a Lombard facility. They are considering legal action. In Forest Park, Joni Lum, Fox 32, Chicago.
So not even at the cemeteries is a so-called illegal alien or even an American citizen is safe. When they say illegal alien, that's just kind of like, it sounds so dehumanizing. Alien, a human being, an alien? It's just, I don't know, is it just me, fam, or y'all think that way too? In any event, I told y'all that I had something that was going to connect the dots here. So you got the Trump crackdown on immigration. So a lot of immigrants are, running crazy. Many immigrants who are here legally are concerned that they too could be jammed up and held in ICE detention. This has created a shortage of jobs. A shortage of jobs like HVAC, construction, welding, plumbing, electricity, and so on and so on and so on. So Home Depot decides to get in the game. Home Depot is offering free training for the skilled trades. You can start your career on the right path with free trade education through the Path to Pro Skills program. And if you hit this little thing right here, it shows you exactly how to sign up. You put your first name, last name, drop your email in there to register. They're going to shoot you an email for you to confirm, and then you just keep on going from there, fill out your paperwork, and keep it moving. Now, what type of jobs are available? These are the careers available. Carpentry, responsible for building the infrastructure of our communities. Carpenters shape our society using a mix of traditional and modern materials and tools. This creative and innovative profession is always filled with exciting job opportunities. And check out how much money that those jobs pay. Anywhere from $36,000 to $90,000 a year. HVAC, $36,000 to $83,000 a year. Electrical, $37,000 to $102,000 a year. Masonry, $36,000 to $82,000 a year. Did I say plumbing? $37,000 to $101,000 a year. Plumbing and electrical are right there neck and neck. Welding, $35,000 to $68,000 a year. Painting, $32,000 to $72,000 a year. Roofing, $31,000 to $75,000 a year. Construction, $29,000 to $66,000 a year. Construction and remodeling. Landscaping, $27,000 to $50,000 a year. That's something I used to do with my godfather growing up. And I think that's actually a gross understatement because he was balling. Property investment, $80,000 to $288,000. This is what they're teaching. These are all free courses from Home Depot. You got property management, $35,000 to $129,000 a year. Handiwork, $29,000 to $68,000 a year. And you got restoration, $36,000 to $66,000 a year. Let's go back up to plumbing. Over the last 3 years, I've spent about $50,000 on plumbing. $50,000 on plumbing in one house. On electrical, in the last 3 or 4 years, I've probably spent about somewhere in the neighborhood of $40,000. So these are just the salaries for people who work in these fields when you're working for somebody else. But if you work for yourself, there's a lot more potential to make a lot more money. You can get a lot more money working for yourself. The trip part about it is, with plumbing, you have a few more tools that you have to buy on your own. If you want to go out on your own, you got some material, you got some costs for materials, right? For equipment. That's a lot more expensive than it is to start electrical. My electric guy, what he come out the pocket with a ladder and shit. That's about it. Everything else the client pays for. So if you don't really want to come out of the pocket with anything up front, I mean, just really, hell, you don't really need a truck. You just need a vehicle to move around. Electrical, you get that 100K. I'm talking about starting on your own. You might branching out on your own. You got to start with somebody, but you branch out on your own, hell, you could probably make triple the amount. And you got all the freedom to come and go as you choose. You work when you want to work. You make as much money as you want to make. Because when it comes to these type of things, people are going to always need a plumber or an electrician. They're going to always need a plumber or an electrician, and people always refer when it comes to these type of jobs. Hey man, you know a good plumber? Hey man, I need an electrician. You know a good electrician? You know what I'm saying? I don't know why people always say, do you know a good electrician or a good plumber? Because I've never heard anybody say, you know a bad plumber? You know a bad electrician? Nah, it's always, do you know a good one? as if you would give them a bad one, you would reference a bad one. In any event, fam, this is the play right here. This is the play. What Home Depot is doing is getting people ready for the job market again, like getting people ready to actually be able to take control of their own destiny, because they are short of a lot of these jobs. Don't think that they're just doing this just to be doing it. When Home Depot creates a program like this, what this does, it creates loyalty and repeat business. If they can get these so-called pro-skill guys, what's the name of that job they call it? They call it path to pro. If they can get, the more people they can get on a path to pro, the more loyal and repeat business they get. They get the contractors and they get the trade people to buy in bulk and shop as often as they can by offering perks like exclusive discounts, bulk pricing, priority pickup, and job site delivery. Also, they get to sell you their credit card. So Home Depot, don't think they're just doing this out of the goodness of their heart. This is a very smooth, calculated plan, but it's a plan that Lowe's already have in place from what I understand. I heard Lowe's was doing this already. Home Depot is kind of late to the party. So, perhaps they're trying, well, not perhaps, it looks like to me what they're doing is, or what they're doing is, it don't look like it, what they're doing is trying to get some of those Lowe's loyalties to come their way, and to make sure that future skilled workers are not shopping at Lowe's, because these guys buy a lot of material, and it's the working man that keeps the doors open at Home Depot and Lowe's. It is those construction workers, it's the electricians, it's the plumbers, it's the welders. That's who keeps the doors open for these home repair stores. It's the workers, it's the skilled workers. It's not the do-it-yourselfer family man or whatever. I mean, they do contribute, don't get me wrong. They do contribute, but not the way those builders do. Those builders come in there and they buy enough wood to build a house sometimes, and then you have they're also able to get the customer data and insights. Think about it, fam. If they teach you, if you go into a system and they teach you how to perform a certain skill, already you feel a certain sense of loyalty to them. And believe you me, they're not going to wait till you get to the very end of the program to start upselling you. They're going to start upselling you the moment that you walk through that door. They're going to start upselling you, and it's going to be calculated. It might be within the first week. It could be within the first month. But trust you me, they are going to make their move to upsell you. This also gives Home Depot brand equity in the trades. Being the go-to for professionals strengthens Home Depot's brand with both pros and DIYers. The average person look up and see that this is where the professionals shop at, then it gives Home Depot more credibility. People look at their shop like this is the go-to place. This is where the experts are. This is where you get quality from. So it's a good thing what they're doing. I just want to, just give you guys the complete picture. They're not just doing this out of the goodness of their heart. This is a good strategic move, a good business strategic move for them. But overall, I think it's a win for everybody, because when you have a trade, you got money for it. I don't know anybody that has a trade who's broke. Even if you are alcoholic or whatever, man, you know how to be sober long enough to get the check, do the work, get the check, and then you go back on your binge, and people don't see you until you need money again. But you know how to get money because you got that skill. And that's why they took it out of the schools, because they didn't want young people, especially Black people and even Hispanics, learning trades where they didn't have to go to the man and beg. See, if they can control your finances, they can pretty much control you. If you can't go out, if you don't need the government, you don't need them, you don't need these companies at all to give you a job, you can go out and do your own thing. That means that it's harder for them to control you. They can't control when you get up. They can't control how much food you eat. They can't control how big of a house you buy, how nice of a car you drive, whether your kids are in college or not. They can't control. They have nothing to say about any of that. But if they can employ you, if they can control that part, and they can fire you when you don't act right, they can control you. Or they can just decide, you know what, we ain't going to give you a job at all. We're going to just we're going to leave you to your own devices. We know you ain't got no job. We know you ain't got no skills. So what you going to do? You're going to go out there and do something stupid, and then we're going to have you anyway. We're going to have you doing a skill, but it's going to be for us. And we're going to pay your ass 5 cents an hour. It had nothing to do with budget cuts, but everything to do with the school to prison pipeline. That's right, I said it. But what say you, fam? Drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. No more talk.